Hello, everybody. This your boy MC. Subscribe over there. Man, I know I put a crazy topic up there, but man, just think about it. Just think about it, family. How long and how hard that we ever seen our Democratic Party go hard in the paint without our permission? This is all nothing but, to me, a fake pump, a fake field goal. A lot of them is starting YouTube channels and Instagram channels. And here it is, we got a new individual that shares some of my family complexion. In the mainstream, going that hard for policies in America, supposedly, over these new ways of doing things, of a person that the election is over. But what I didn't even like, even during the last administration term, there was no talk or them pushing real hard to really look out for our communities and families and our kids in school, and the crisis we had in different countries when it came to hurricanes and tornadoes. Where was the showing up then? So to look at it, we've been seeing a lot of receipts. I'm going to do a video on that the tariffs are very tactfully working. The other countries is starting to see. So in the next video, look at it. I'm going to show y'all what happened to their stock market. Their stock markets, boy, woke that ass up. It woke them up because we've been buying all y'all stuff. So to get back to what I was talking about, boy, I got some fire. Man. Woo. Man, let's just get this first thing right out the way, boy. Boy, I got some fire for you. Let me see which one I'm going to pick. This is the one I'm going to pick. Yeah. Let's start it off with... Yeah, baby. Let's start it off with this. And tell me, do y'all even comprehend where is Jasmine going with this and the other receipts? So fair use. And let's get down to it.
Yeah, baby.
She's so rotten, she wants migrants picking cotton. We present to you Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, who made this shocking argument why America needs immigrants. Roll it, Alfred.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now.
I am.
Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands.
Right here. Right over here.
You're not. We done picking cotton.
Give me a phone.
We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
Tyrus, I go to you for no particular reason. Is she making any point there?
Like this makes me wish my mom made different father choices. Because we all get sucked into this. Like, this is... If you're going to talk about black history, at least know it. This is... At least know it, okay? But it goes back to... That was 45 seconds of some of the... Like, Kamala, you good right now. That was some of the...
So, that gives you an idea. Feel free to go and check out some of that show. Feel free to check out some of that show because it's going to be some hilarious things that will have you cracking up. So,
Dumbest I ever heard in my life. Here's the thing. This goes back to what we talked about earlier. They never have a solution. Just listen to your dumbass talk. You want to talk about agriculture? Why don't you fix the lottery? Why don't you make it easier for people who want to come into this country to work in agriculture and equitation and factories? Get rid of the lottery. Open it up. Talk to the president. Like, hey, we got a plan. We want to make it easier for people who can vet and come in and work in this country. Come up with an idea. Besides, any of y'all want to pick cotton? We're like, we're in suits in the middle of the Midwest. Why would we pick cotton? It's like the extreme stupidness of what she speaks. I'm so angry right now.
Yeah.
And this is the one time where the white people can just call us every name in the damn book because it's just, this is the type of thing, when you hear people speak like this, you're like, that's black leadership?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to remember this. See, he left out one point. Who appointed her? Because from out of the blue, these people be just coming from out of nowhere. Thank God, well, this time it's not a celebrity, but really is, now we got all this heroism and things jumping off. The vote is over. This is nothing but a ploy in the fake Trump family, I'm telling you, to get us out there marching in them blue states. Look at the parades and stuff that they've been showing you. So I do want to applaud Black America and some of the white Americans that's not out there marching on that BS because they know what's going on. It's the first time in my life that we ever seen out of my 60 years of being on this planet. And then I can remember when I was around eight or 7 and I seen some tanks and stuff downtown and almost got lost in downtown Los Angeles. Real army tanks on the street. But come on. Like, man, we've been to hear some more because this is like, let's go to the Red Cup show. This clip I'm finna show y'all gonna give you a comprehension of how dizzy the party has got. Here it is. This is the 4th month of April. We ain't even in the middle of April. He haven't even did 100 days. I'm talking about we should be scared, and they're out here burning. Somebody's out here burning Teslas. And some other things behind the scene is jumping off. So what's really going on? Did anybody even hear a thank you for Elon Musk, technologies and stuff, bringing them astronauts home? Put that in the chat. Please, somebody needs to put that in the chat. So let's go over here to where the homegirl is, because man, hers was a real good one. That cracked me up. Red Cop talking with me, it cracks me up on this one. Because this cracked me up. Oh my. Is that the one? First, this one. Then we're going to do that one. Now, listen to this. This was last week. This is the part that cracks me up, boy. Y'all finna crack up off of that. This one was last week, and it's gonna crack y'all up because this one is real silly. And then the one that I showed a while ago, it is cracking me up. Let's make sure she brought
the sky. In fact, they are coming from basic reading of like the plain language of the Constitution for all of those that are constitutionalists when we start talking about things.
For all of us that's constitutional, this is the Judiciary Committee, Judicial Overreach and Constitutional Limits on the Federal Court.
Such as what birthright citizenship is. But one of the things that I want to make sure that I get to, because there are deeper implications if we go down this rabbit hole. The problem that we have right now is that if we continue down this road, then we will not have a rule of law, because we have people that are currently serving and they're saying things like, ignore the judge's order.
You know what's so crazy about all this? Ratchet Crockett over here will tell you that, hey, the interpretation of the Constitution is up to the courts. And I guess she likes it that way because under Joe Biden, the interpretation of the courts and birthright citizenship was to allow so many illegals in, all right? And when they went and had kids here, their kids became U.S. citizens. Donald Trump was the only one saying, hey, that law is actually for Black Americans, you know, descendants of slaves, you know, Black people from America. However, Ratchet Crockett and gang never wants to recognize that. They only want to use it for who they want to use it for. And that's the illegal immigrants down there in TX30. She wants them.
So do y'all even comprehend what she was talking about? Because this has been going on for years. They did a couple of buses. I keep mentioning this. Google it. I'm talking about they had something like a Comfort Inn hotel, the Asians and whoever people, and probably some other immigrants was doing it. The women would come here like at 8 months, 8.5 months, almost due, pop out the baby and go back to their country. So it's been going on for a long, long time. And fair use, thank you. And check out the rest of this.
Them to continue to fund her, and she wants them to continue to vote for her because otherwise nobody's voting for that woman ever. And let's be
and that's how they get these votes. Like, yeah, we want you here.
clear. When she told,
But if you ask some of my friends, man, this is like just oppressions on top of oppressions. But guess what? We done got so used to it. No, we don't even feel it no more. So now that don't even work. Next.
talks about, you know, people ignoring judges, you know, people saying that I'm just not going to listen to judges, you know, people telling the president that he shouldn't listen to the judge. Well, her good friend AOC had no problem with saying this on CNN. She doubled down on the House floor, and Jasmine Crockett even said it herself. You guys, you got to see this. Here is AOC speaking with Anderson Cooper about this very thing.
Oh, Anderson now. Get ready. Get ready.
Watch.
So there has been thought, I believe, given to this. Senator Ron Wyden has already issued statements, for example, advising what we should do in a situation like this, which I concur, which is that I believe that the Biden administration should ignore this ruling.
So you're saying the Biden administration should ignore this court, but what does that look like? What does that actually mean?
You know, I think the interesting thing when it comes to a ruling is that it relies.
Do you see what that say? Texas judge up under AOC. Texas judge rules to suspend approval of abortion pills. DOJ, Department of Justice, can appeal. Wyoming judge or Washington judge say drugs can remain on the market in at least 12 blue states. Ain't it? Get it? This is the abortion pill. Abortion pill, meaning one thing. Let's just delete these babies so our women can do you know, no, I changed my mind. Let me abort this pill. So now they got some type of drug where it's like you can just automatically induce and inhibit trauma on my sisters, my brothers, my friends, my co-workers, nieces and daughters. Do you see what that means? That's what that means. You don't even have to go to the doctor to abort or unalive another kid. Just walk down there to your neighborhood, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, or whatever physician that you have, and get it. And do it at your own home. Wow. Let's listen to some more of this. Fair use.
Eyes on enforcement. And it is up to the Biden administration to choose whether or not to enforce such a ruling.
So from the very mouth of crazy AOC, it was up to Biden to decide if he wanted to enforce that rule, right? If he wanted to enforce what the court's ruling was. And this was the Supreme Court. So Biden would have been well within his bounds as president to ignore everything that the Supreme Court said. But Donald Trump isn't. Donald Trump isn't a dictator. Now, whether Biden chose to do it or not is not the point. The point was AOC said there was an argument for it. So now it's different. You see what I'm saying? The hypocrisy lives in all of them.
Do we want to?
And look at her eyes. Just by that look on her eyes will tell you all. Is she truthfully representing the people in her community? They say, go get her. People should be outside the news door like we 100% support having the right to delete our babies whether we want to or not. And then you're going to build trauma. And how is you going to bond with a man when you get past that wall or coming up on that wall? Or if you would ever tell him, well, you know, I tried the pill 2 or 3 times. What do you think that's going to race in the man's head? Is I'm next? So let's see why her face is looking like that. I'm going to try to speed it up on this one. I forgot I'd be doing that now. So this is at 17 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to speed it up.
Live in a world where the government can decide to ignore a federal.
Well, no, of course. I mean, I do think that it raises these important questions. And I do think that when we look at, and there are serious questions that the FDA and the Biden administration is going to have to figure out and how exactly we map this out. But on the other hand, what we are also seeing is a power grab over our courts in which the laws passed by Congress and the rules and policies passed by the executive branch now are going to require unanimous consent from 650 district court judges.
Once again, AO Crazy gives me everything I need to work with because they always step on themselves, all right? They revealed the actual laws, okay? She is here complaining about district court judges that were appointed by Donald Trump, okay? So they're very conservative. And the district court judges under Joe Biden decided to make different types of rulings. She's saying that these district court judges can't tell Biden what to do, okay? When it came to the whole abortion matter. Oh, but now the district court judges can tell Trump what to do? You see, I love when they talk.
So, you know, it's just straight up fair use, baby. And I'm going to end this show right here because, man, let's just give you a little glimpse of how dizzy that these Dems can get. Because, man, here's some more stuff coming out. Oh, let's look at one more. Fair use. We're done picking cotton. And this is where the check this out. Now, I know y'all heard that, right? Let's take a glimpse at this.
I don't know. I know a lot of y'all don't, but she does have a podcast, okay? Yeah, don't make me laugh this early. I'm trying to be professional. Michelle Obama has a podcast, and we all know that it isn't doing so good. But I want to give you a little taste
Is
of
y'all
what she,
checking out that podcast?
what she had up the other day as what she was talking about on her podcast. All right. So here we go.
I think a lot of young people, a lot of people in general, because of their narrow view of what's possible, they find themselves limiting what life could look like. And I always challenge young people now to first think about your why. You know, don't think about the what. Don't worry about numbers and titles, because you can have all that. And I've seen people have it all and they're still not happy.
Right.
You know, he could have a big, high paying job, a great career. Maybe he decides to get married, have kids, but then he'll have no time for them. And then he'll be disgruntled about that.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar. Stop.
Sounds familiar. Ain't this something? In other words, y'all know what that cliche or whatever that was about, but you know. And she looked at him just like that, like, huh? Oh, you pointing at me? Yeah.
Checking boxes, first of all, you know, and start thinking a little bit bigger about what a happy life can look like.
So that's it on that part there. But let's speed it up and see what else is jumping off, because, you know, so feel free to go over there and check out that one. I'll probably put that.
Is it just me?
Trying to find AOC.
Tell you who should be going back to slavery. Like it's such a nasty argument. It's such a disingenuous argument when you're supposedly advocating for people. But nevertheless, this is, you know, the left. So I want you guys to see what Ratchet Crockett was saying to the congregation, like literally a church congregation. You know how she likes to say literally a church congregation.
Literally?
There you go.
Literally.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right, right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are.
Yep, and we done being on the plantation. That's what y'all should be tired of being on the damn plantation. So with that, that's about all I have for you. But like y'all saw, I was pumped up earlier. Wait till y'all see what the tariffs are really doing. If you got a mathematical mind, this is what the tariffs are doing. If our stock market is bad, there it is too. Let me give you a clue what's coming up next. Subscribe.